Welcome to all the Aries rising signs of the zodiac to your astrology for the month of April. I'm Cosmic Girl 101. Glad you're here and trust you're doing well. So, in this video, we're going to focus on your ruling planet Mars, where it's transiting. Good news this month coming for all of us, but Aries rising is going to be really happy in particular. We've got Mars, the planet that rules Aries, and Aries rising leaving Cancer. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal because it's getting off an angular part of your chart. So planets that transit in a particular part of your chart on an angle can be quite intense, for better words. I can't stand that word. If you have been a subscriber and listened to my videos, you know I don't like that word intense, but they are intense transits when you have planets on the angles because they're loud. They're like microphones and they got something to say. Even so, if you do have planets on the angles in your natal chart, like the first house, 7th house, 10th house, or first house, those planets are really, really loud. And if you have like a progression planet, a time lord, for example, if one of those planets is transiting on an angular part of your chart, it's really, really loud as well. So good news, the noise will be turned down. So that is a calming, welcome change for you, Aries rising signs and Aries sun signs, and for all of us with Mars getting out of Cancer this month. Okay, so let's get into your astrology, Aries rising. From the 1st to the 8th of April, so the first week, your ruling planet Mars in Cancer is trining Saturn in Pisces and also sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So these are two separate alignments, two planets talking to you by a sextile and a trine. And these are helpful aspects. And when you have helpful aspects from a planet like Saturn, which is known for that tough love angle, Saturn is all about that grit, determination, put things to death, put things to rest that don't serve you, harmonizing with you in a trine. And also Uranus, the planet that is like the maverick of our solar system. He's all about being odd, changes things on a dime. It's very electric, Uranus, and Uranus is interested in liberation and freedom, and Uranus is sextiling your ruling planet Mars. So this is quite beneficial for you, Aries rising, the first 7 to 8 days of April. So let's talk about these separately. So with Saturn in Pisces in your 12th house, which is the house that is hard to navigate. It's like the part of the natal chart that is difficult to access at times. And it's the part of the natal chart where there's just all these gunk and crap and all the unsavory parts of ourselves is in that 12th house. And Saturn has been here for quite some time. But Saturn's trining your ruling planet Mars. And when you've got Saturn in that part of your chart that's like it's just all too hard, trining Mars in Cancer, your 4th house of home, family, real estate, parents, it's easy to see the forest for the trees on what's been the hidden motives, the hidden emotions, the hidden trauma that has been hard to put a finger on it, that's been difficult for you to understand a part of your family roots, your history, your lineage, something to do with a parent or even with your property, home dynamic. It's easy for Saturn to show you, if you will, show you information that's been missing in action. So from the 1st to the 8th, with Saturn trining your ruling planet, it's easy to understand what has been holding you back, been withheld, almost stoic behavior that's been stopping something progressing in the home, the family unit, or with parents. So interesting with Mars trining Saturn. And also, we have Uranus sextiling your ruling planet Mars. Very interesting, because Uranus, a sextile is easy as well, but Uranus wants in Taurus to break the fixed earthy yin part of your money, your assets and possessions. Uranus wants to smash through that. Sounds dramatic, doesn't it? But Uranus wants to create an earthquake, right? And that means like absolute chaos and disruption in Taurus, your house of money, assets, possessions, and things that support you. Uranus wants to smash that to smithereens. That's what Uranus has been trying to do for Aries rising since 2018. Smash through the fixed, unmoving, unchanging house of your money. And when Uranus is sextiling your ruling planet Mars from the 1st to the 8th, it's easy for Uranus, if you will, to smash through, break through, liberate, free up assets, possessions, finances, things that support you, things that have always been in the Taurus part of your chart that benefits your home, your family, real estate, or a parent. This is easy to ruffle the feathers from the 1st to the 8th with a lot of intel, a lot of fast information coming towards you, and it all is divinely timed, Aries rising, that you may be getting truth bombs, facts that are easily to access. And whilst this may be a little hard to hear the truths of what's been hidden, concealed, withheld, what I like for you, Aries rising, is Uranus sextiling your ruling planet Mars. It's easy to break, liberate yourself from debt, a monetary situation, an asset, or a possession. It's easy to go, I don't want it, like an inheritance, for example, or I don't want the financial entanglements here. That sort of thing is a big deal from the 1st to the 8th of April. The 7th to the 15th of April, we have Mars trining Mercury. This is fascinating, Aries rising, from an astrologer's perspective. Even though you're just listening going, what's happening with me? From an astrologer's perspective, this is incredible. Your ruling planet is getting all these sextiles and trines. Like, it's just easy for you to access things. It's really quite helpful. So from the 7th to the 15th, Mars trines Mercury in Pisces. Now, Mercury is in full and in detriment in Pisces. We've got a really banged up Mercury. This banged up Mercury is all about confusing information, communication, confusion with finance, confusion with plans, social awkwardness. This is Mercury, and Mercury is about your siblings, short distance travel, education, your immediate environment. It's also about your health, work, co-workers, labor, illness, services. So Mercury's in that Pisces, all banged up, not doing well. Yet it's connecting easily to you in the 4th house of home, family, real estate, property, and parents. So what does this mean? Well, from the 7th to the 15th, it's easy for you to get dragged into absolute chaos and stupidness. And that's because it's a trine, it's easy for you. So it's easy for mercurial things like siblings, your neighborhood, neighbors, travel plans, educational plans, work, health, service, sickness, labor, co-workers are easily impacting the home, the family, or a parent. Okay, so the 7th to the 15th is just like you're going to be hearing some very confusing, very untrue information, like false information is what I'm getting here from the 7th to the 15th of April. It's either false, not true, or totally confusing what you're hearing. Really difficult from the 7th to the 15th of April. On the 12th, Venus goes direct in Pisces. Good for all of us. Good for you in the 12th house. Venus is exalted in Pisces. Finds it quite easy to be in this zodiac sign. And this is your 12th house. So Venus direct in your 12th house. But Venus is good in your 12th house, but Mercury isn't. So it's a catch-22 going on here for you, Aries rising. And yes, that 12th house is, your hidden enemies, self-sacrificing, things you do in isolation, solitude. But Venus is direct. So this indicates for you moving forward from the 12th of April, you certainly learnt or at least identified the ghost in the room regarding what is holding you back from your own sense of empowerment, like self-value, your moral and ethical compass. You know who you are, you know what you want. And now Venus is directing your 12th house. It's like no BS time. And I'm more attracted to self-improvement, self-love. I'm more attracted and want to bring harmony with the things that I find distasteful or less than savory that I deal with behind closed doors and in isolation. I feel better, like I have a better relationship moving forward. So that's quite healthy for you, Aries rising. On the 13th, we have a full moon in Libra. And this is a full moon happening in a part of your chart that's about other people. So this is not about you. This is about other people. And this is your rising sun video. Like, what's it got to do with me? A little bit. You'd be right by saying that, but not entirely. Because the moon is only bright because it reflects the sunshine, and the sun's transiting in Aries in exaltation in your first house. So that would be true by saying, yes, that you're included because the sun is in your first house of your identity, sense of self, who you are, what you want to project, what you want to start. And the sun is opposing the moon. So it's an opposition. So that moon is in full bloom in the 7th house of other people. So other people are easy to see really clearly, really crystal clear. You have Venus exalted in Pisces, the ruler of this full moon, and the house of hidden enemies, the house of self-sabotaging behaviors. So I wonder if for you, Aries rising, you're starting to see the forest for the trees regarding a friendship, a relationship, partnership, a marriage partner, a contract or an agreement. Is it beneficial? Is it working or is it not? There's something off here. Well, you'll see it for what it is on the 13th of April. If you've been waiting for someone to show their true colours, this will be the day. And that's the information you need. You may also see on the 13th of April with this full moon in Libra, this also can see you seeing other people that are, for better words, drunks, drug addicts, escapists, don't want to deal with reality. That could be a big, big possibility too, and that can make you feel very, not so hot considering you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting on your own and really trying to boss up is what I've been getting with your astrology for the last couple of months, trying to find some steady ground for yourself, really being quite self-disciplined. So if you do have people around you that are not in line with your moral and ethical compass, Aries rising, this full moon might be the time where you just go, okay, moving forward, this is done. So yeah, big full moon for you, Aries rising. Moving on, we have Mercury ingressing back into Aries on the 16th of April. So Mercury will stay put here until May 10. With Mercury back in your first house, we have Mercury back in the hell. So through the planetary joy system, Mercury's back in his joy. Couldn't be happier in the first house. And Mercury's in Aries, quick, sharp, swift, adept, information, communication, quick on its feet, quick thinker, quick mover, quick to take action. So you're just on fire here, mentally, physically, socially, exchanges with money. You're on. Fantastic transit when Mercury ingresses back into Aries from April 16 to May 10. So siblings, your immediate environment, your neighbours, travel, education, work, health, services, sickness, labour, co-workers, all those subjects and topics that Mercury rules, which is your third and sixth house. When Mercury goes back into the first house, this is like, now you're getting all the right information. Now you can go forward with plans. Now you can see the forest for the trees. Things are easy to connect with, understand, more importantly. So information that has been really lost in translation, for better words. Now that Mercury's back in your first house, you get the actual facts, the logistics, the costs, the data, the analytics. You get it all, and you're going to be quick as a whip in dealing with what you have to deal with when it comes to siblings, health, services, sickness, later, travel. You get it. You get the picture. You've got a lot of mental dexterity to execute well-laid plans moving forward now that Mercury's in Aries from the 16th of April to May 10. From the 17th to the 22nd of April, we have your ruling planet Mars trining Neptune. So what's easy here, because trines are easy aspects, and so Mars is having a really easy conversation with Neptune in the first house. This is interesting. I mean, Neptune's only just arrived into Aries on the 30th of March. So this will be new. This will be new from the 17th to the 22nd. New information coming from Neptune in your first house. I've struggled with this a little bit because it's such a new transit. It might be easy for you, Aries, to take on new medication, be in hospitals, not to scare anyone at all. It's not what astrology is about. It might be easy for you to dissolve something in the body. So that's why I'm saying medication or hospitals. Like you could be having like a medical procedure here from the 17th to the 22nd of April. You could also be dissolving something in the body, or something about your identity is leaving you from the 17th to the 22nd of April. Yeah, it's quite difficult. Neptune, get it? Difficult, illusionary. And because it's a trine, it's easy. So it might be easy to lose yourself in consciousness, ayahuasca, drugs, alcohol, escapism, getting out of Dodge, going on a retreat, going on a holiday from the 17th to the 22nd of April. That's what I'm getting. Oh, yeah, maybe I don't want to sound wishy-washy like Neptune, but maybe because it's easy, because it's a trying easy to get to you, maybe Neptune's really influencing you and making you quite confused or unsure, or just lost, like just up in the ethers is what I'm getting. So apologies in advance for sounding confusing, like Neptune. That's just what I'm getting for the Aries rising signs from the 17th to the 22nd. Not helpful. I don't think this is helpful. On the 18th, your ruling planet Mars goes back into Leo until June 16. So Mars firmly and squarely in Leo, not going to retrograde again. In fact, your Mars, being a ruling planet, won't retrograde until January 2027. And that retrograde will be happening in Virgo. Okay, so just under 2 months, Mars is back in Leo in your fifth house. Yeah, this is time to sort out problems with kids, romantic partnerships, what you find joy and pleasure in. Are they addictions? Are they good for you? Or do you need to let them go? Great transit just to go, what's really, really good for me? What's really, really bad for me? Then I just need to sort this out. I need to sort it out. Increased libido, but also increased agitation. So it's going to be a fine dancing act that you will be maneuvering with Mars in Leo from 18th of April to June 16th. It's all about the fun, but at what cost and what price? And you might be well advised to keep the rose-colored glasses off, keep the filters off, don't get sucked into that opulent energy of Leo. Let's just do everything over the top. May not be good for you considering all the work you've been doing on yourself regarding setting strong foundations for yourself. Great time to have everything unravel with Mars and Leo when Leo's energy is just about, let's go for it. For some people, that's okay. Maybe just not you. You might start repelling indulgence with this transit. On the 19th, the sun ingresses into Taurus, and this sun will be here for 4 weeks. So the sun transit in Taurus, interesting. This is all about being intelligent with your money, your body, things that support you, your assets and your possessions. Also being hyper vigilant about what's coming in and out of your checking account. Where are you hemorrhaging money and where can you save money? So for 4 weeks, it's all about being very frugal from the 19th. The 25th to the 28th of April, we have the third and final opposition from Pluto to your ruling planet Mars. Okay. I don't think this is about you because Pluto's in your 11th house of friends, networking, even your dreams. That's the 11th house. It's the house of good spirit and a house of like your social connections. And I would say this opposition's not coming from you. It's coming from a disgruntled friend or someone in the community or even one of your dreams. Just really being challenged to see the good in the optimistic sides of life. So I think friends might have problems with children, with their ego, with their indulgence, with their behavior, or a partner. They might just be pissed off with a partner, and you're going to hear about it. That's for sure. But it's not a new story. It's an old story. But what I think is possibly happening here on the 25th to the 28th is that they're finally putting a dispute or quarrel to bed. So expect some news from a social connection, a friend, someone in your community. They're just done with something. And this is like not a news story, but you'll be hearing about it between the 25th and 28th. The final, the straw that broke the camel's back, that's what you'll be hearing about on these 3 days. On the 27th, there's a new moon in Taurus in the second house. This is lovely. The moon's exalted in Taurus and in your second house. This is a brand new beginning. So a new start with your finances, things that improve your body, things that improve you. This could be developing a new asset or a possession, very likely, that supports you in some way, shape, or form. But it is Taurus, so it's a practical asset or possession that's helping you on the 27th. So you might be starting like a new health routine, purchasing new things for yourself. It is the Venus ruled zodiac sign, Taurus. Harmonizing with a new financial opportunity on the 27th of April. Really, really nice new moon, Aries rising. And speaking of Venus, the next day on the 30th, she ingresses into Aries again, your first house, and she'll be here until June 5th. Now, Venus is in detriment in Aries. This is not good for Venus. It's just not. I've got to call it for what it is. Venus is in detriment. She's in a zodiac sign that's contrary to the planet that rules the zodiac sign, its nature, which is Mars. Mars is about war. Venus is about peace. So, Venus, this is aggressive. This is you being really aggressive about your standards, your morals, your ethics, what you love, what you value. This is like filters are off, which I like, which is beneficial. Venus would certainly give you a taste or an eye for aesthetics, and also will help you be in the right place at the right time for opportunity as well, with Venus in the first house. You may also become very popular with Venus in the first house, but you won't be suffering fools anymore moving forward with Venus back in Aries. You've sort of been through the gauntlet. You know what you know, and you know who's who in a zoo. You're no fool at all at this point, which I really like with Venus back in Aries in your first house. But it's going to be difficult because what you love is going to cause conflict amongst other people who are stiff. You've got to do what's good for you, Aries rising, simple as that. And that means get rid of the dead wood. Continue to get rid of the dead wood. Continue to get rid of things that really don't benefit you. Simple. But what is beneficial, even though she is in detriment, she's trining your ruling planet Mars in Leo. Now, Venus's joy is in the 5th house, and that's where your ruling planet Mars is. So you might find joy in getting rid of romantic partners. You might enjoy having competition and fun with your kids. You might enjoy being more opulent and being more centered on yourself. That's a big possibility. I think that's quite good because Venus is trining Leo, your 5th house, and your ruling planet Mars. So quite fun, actually. I think you're really sassy, sexy, spark in your step, don't fuck with me energy. I really like it. So all the power to you, Aries rising out there. That's your astrology for the month. Thanks for tuning in. If you would like to subscribe, if you haven't done already, that'd be great. That really helps. You can like the video, push a thumbs up. You can share it, share the video. You can comment on the video. All these little nuances really do help my Bubba channel grow. So thank you in advance for supporting me. And if you want to support me, you can go to my homepage and find out all about me, what I'm interested in, and how to support me there on the homepage of Cosmic Girl 101. Interested in your own reading, like your own astrological reading, have a look at your own natal planets. You want to go a bit deeper, you can contact me at cosmicgirl101@protonmail.com. It's going to be a good month. I think you're going to like it, especially now that your ruling planet Mars is in, let's go get him, Leo, 5th house. Okay, Aries rising. Till next time, stay cosmic.